everyone. First off, I want to start by saying welcome. Welcome to the Bugged Out Off the Grid course, and welcome to the Survivalist Prepper Academy. This course, this video right here is just an overview of what we're going to talk about in the course. And you can see right here that we've got quite a bit of information that we're going to go through in this course. And there's even going to be more than what's on this list right here. But basically this, like I said, this course is going to go through everything you need to know about bugging out. And the reason I titled it Bugged Out Off the Grid is because we're going to go through the steps it takes to bug out and what you need to do and all that. But a lot of it, as bugging out becomes more of a long-term type thing, it's a lot of these skills that you're going to need are the same skills you need for living off the grid. So it's kind of a mix between the two. And in the future, I'm going to do a course basically based around off the grid living. But this one will be bugged out and then some of those skills that you'll need for off the grid living. We'll also go through what exactly is bugging out, and everybody kind of knows the basics of what bugging out is, but I just want to touch on it real quick and give an idea of why you would bug out, different reasons, and the pros and cons and all of that stuff. And then I'll also go through why would you even want to bug out in the first place, because we spent years building up these supplies and our water storage and our food storage and all of this stuff. Why would we want to just take off and leave it all for somebody else? And the answer is that this bugging out is your last resort. You basically become a refugee at this point, and you have no other choice. It's either stay and fight for what you have or run away and live to fight another day. And we'll go through the different supplies you need and all of that. And then we're also going to go through what skills you're going to need, because it's going to take a lot of planning and different skills even to get to your bug out location. And even once you get to your bug out location, even if we only plan for staying on a week or something like that, something like a week could turn into a month or 2 months. And we're going to have the skills, those off the grid skills, knowing how to garden, knowing how to hunt and trap, and knowing how to build shelter and all of those skills, different alternative energies and map reading. I'll have a whole course by itself just on map reading and using topographic maps and compasses and all of that, because that's something that you can't just depend on having your car to go everywhere. Sometimes your car could get stolen, or sometimes you're not going to have that automobile to get you around. So you're going to have to know these navigation skills and a lot of other skills that we'll go over as well. And then I also want to go over what to expect after you bug out and during bugging out, different evasion tactics and how to be that gray man. The odds are that if you're bugging out from your location, there's a huge reason for it, and you're not going to be the only one doing it. So we've got to try to figure out how to stay away from these people and get out basically without being noticed. Get from point A to point B and still have all of our supplies, our whole family, everything there once we get there. So we'll go through all of the different aspects of bugging out. And then we're also going to learn what supplies we need. And these supplies will go more into, more than just your bug out bag supplies. There are things that you need to put in your bug out vehicle and how to store those and how to keep those organized so you can easily get to them and load up your car in a moment's notice, maybe 5-10 minutes and you're ready to go. So we'll go through all of the different supplies and the supplies that you'll need once you get to your bug out location, to be able to live off the grid for an extended period of time. And then we're also going to learn how to formulate a solid plan, because getting on the highway and taking the most direct route to your bug out location is probably not the best idea, because like I said, if you're bugging out, the odds are everybody else is too, and the highways are going to be packed and everybody's going to be going that same route. So you've got to formulate a plan, or maybe even 3 different plans of how you're going to do all of this, and your communications with your family. Have a plan to get everybody together before you go to your bug out location. So we'll go through quite a bit of detail about planning and formulating a solid plan as well. And then we'll also go through how to pick the right location, and whether you're looking at whether you already have a bug out location, whether you're looking at purchasing land for a bug out location, or whether you're kind of going somewhere, say you're going to the national forest or something, and you're kind of hoping that nobody out there bugs you. Not a good idea to move into somebody's backyard, because the odds are they're not going to want you there in the first place. But So we'll go through all of that, what kind of resources that land needs, making sure that you research if you're buying property, make sure you research it enough to know that, once you get out there, you're going to find out that you don't have any water, or that water that you thought was, 50 yards away from where you plan on setting up camp is actually a mile and a half away, and you've got to lug 50 gallons of water a day back to your bug out location. So we'll go through all of that stuff as well, how to pick the right location and how to make sure that location has all the resources that you need. And then we'll also talk about the mental and physical aspects of preparedness, because as you are doing this bug out process, once you get there, you're going to have to, there is no kind of driving home and pop a TV dinner in the microwave and sit on the couch and watch TV. You're going to have to build all this stuff. You're going to have to go out and hunt and trap and all of that stuff. You're going to have to filter all of this water. So the physical ability, like people used to do 100 years ago, we've kind of lost that. So we need to kind of get that in our brains right now, and maybe even start practicing that now before it becomes a necessity. And the mental preparedness aspect of it is going to be a challenge as well, because it could be that we're 3 days and all we've had is a ration food bar, and our thought process is going to be a little bit different, and it's going to be harder to make those critical decisions that we're going to need to make. Or the fact that the reason that we bugged out in the first place means that it's so bad that our mental state is probably messed up as well. So we're not making those same decisions. And the mental aspect of everybody else that's around you too. How do you deal with those people that are just completely flipped out, that weren't prepared at all? So we'll go through a lot of those aspects as well. But like I said, this course is going to be pretty long, and because I want to get as detailed as I possibly can and put every single thing I can think of in there. And that's why it kind of goes to off the grid too, because it goes a lot deeper than just leaving. You've got to figure out how to survive once you get there. And I'll probably do a course in the future that is based just strictly on off the grid, because there's so many different aspects of off the grid. You've got alternative energies and resources and all of that different stuff that really requires a lot of detail. So, but in this course, if there's something that I haven't gone through and that you think needs a little more attention, or that you would like, you can leave a comment below and let me know, and we'll kind of chat back and forth. Or you can drop me an email at dale@survivalistprepper.net and let me know what you think should be in the course, and then we'll either put it in the course, or we'll kind of iron it out between each other and all of that. But with that, that's basically the course description as of now. And like I said, I'll be adding a whole bunch of stuff to it. So if you think of anything, please let me know, and we'll throw that in the course as well. But with that, I suppose go ahead and watch the next video, and I will talk to you guys soon.